Hello, tabletop sports enthusiasts, and if you stumbled upon this video, welcome to Max's Cards and Dice Dugout, casual tabletop sports from a Cardinals fan in Philadelphia, Phillies territory. My name is Robert Max Kobich, and this channel is going to be a kind of an offshoot of a solo gaming channel that I started during the lockdown period of the pandemic. And that channel is called Bantam Battles. That's 2 words. It's still around. It's kind of on a hiatus, but the channel's still out there. And I really wanted to concentrate on my first love, which is tabletop sports. And I decided instead of incorporating that into the Bantam Battles channel, I would start a new channel, and hence the Cards and Dice Dugout. So in this first video, I just want to do a little introduction, a very brief background of myself, because it's kind of boring. Show you some projects that I'm prepping. A few of them are actually ready to go for gameplay. And also a eBay find that I think was a steal, and that was a Strat-O-Matic baseball pickup. Excuse me. I'll talk more about that when we get to the table. A little bit about my background. The first sports game I remember owning would have been in the very early 70s, 1970 or 71. And that was a game made by the Pressman Toy Company. And it was called Action Baseball. The version I had, Tom Seaver endorsed it, with the popularity of the Miracle Mets in the late 60s and early 70s. Tom Seaver had endorsed this game. And it really was nothing more than a pinball kind of game with a spring-loaded bat that would hit a ball out into the field. It would fall into a divot, tell you whether you were out or got whatever kind of hit you got. You get the idea. I'll put a picture of it up here now. From there, I moved on. My parents bought me for Christmas one year in the early 70s, Aurora's Monday Night Football, the computerized game that was endorsed by Roger Staubach. And there was a Weeb Bank TV commercial, the Jets coach. After that, Catico, I'm sure you're all familiar with them, All-Star Baseball and All-American Football. Both of those games I still own. They're packed away. I'm going to pass them down to my grandson, although I know, he's an Xbox kid like they all are nowadays, and will probably never play it, but they're packed away for him. And it was sometime in the early to mid-70s that I discovered Strat-O-Matic baseball, and I'll talk more about that when we get down to the table. Now, there's some people I'd like to mention because they're kind of have been an inspiration to me to start doing this. Kurt Berglund's Baseball World is one that comes to mind. Cards and Dice TV. After further reviews, another channel that I've watched a lot of. And a gentleman that I discovered kind of recently, his name is Bill Thornton. I really enjoy his videos, and watching all these guys, I thought, well, you know what? Why don't I give it a shot? I already have a channel out there, and I have a very minor YouTube presence. Why not add to it? So that's pretty much the introduction here. I'd like to go down to the table, and we'll do that right after this. So I hope you stick around.
Son.
Yeah, Coach Eubank.
You didn't use your head on that play. Let's sharpen up your strategy a little.
The name of the game is Monday Night Football, new from Aurora. So challenging you could train on it. It's a total football game with tricky, intricate strategies programmed on computer cards. You put your cards in the slot, and the game computer shows you how you did.
Good call.
Monday Night Football from Aurora. So challenging you could train on it.
All right, we're back. The first thing I'd like to talk about is time travel baseball. There is an incredible, robust, and very friendly YouTube group, or excuse me, Facebook group for this game. All kinds of teams and seasons available. Yeah, it's just a treasure trove of stuff for that game. Apparently, Downey Games has sort of revived and sort of revised the rules. But there's plenty of free stuff out there as well. I think you just need to get the rules from Downey, the rules and charts. But anyway, here's two teams that I downloaded from that site. It would be the Major League Movie Cleveland Indians and Bingo Long's Traveling All-Stars, that movie from the 70s. I don't know who carded these, and what they used for stats, but I'm going to do a what I'm going to call a celluloid series using these cards. And here's some pitcher batter cards for that game. Yeah. Also to go along with that, we got the the gamble cards. I didn't print the gamble on the back of them just to save a bit of ink. Another thing I'm working on, if you all remember a game called Title Bout, I know there are some fans of that. One of my friends had that when I was a teenager. We never really understood how to play it properly, but I came across on the Downey Games tabletop forum in the download section. There are downloads, or there are issues of the Avalon Hill magazine All-Star Replay. It was a short-lived, sports sim magazine from Avalon Hill. And in one of the issues, I came across a mini boxing game that utilized Title Bout. And he just took some of the stats from the cards, and you could do a mini boxing game that you can knock out in a few minutes, I believe, or maybe 10 minutes. Then I found someone else had posted on there a formula that you could take the Title Bout cards and convert them into this Title Bout mini boxing game. So I kind of went ahead and did that myself. And I'm not sure how I'm going to run this. Probably some kind of knockout. But there's Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Ernie Shavers, George Foreman. And I think I have 64 heavyweight fighters here that I've carded. So that's another project coming down the road. Let's see, what else? Top of the stretch, thoroughbred racing. Cut out some cards for that. I plan to do something with the 13 Triple Crown winners. I have some other cards because, the pages that had the Triple Crown winners, they weren't all on the same page. So I ended up printing a few different cards for this game. Let's see, what else? Okay, I know there are some fans out there of Back to Basics Baseball by Downey. And the one complaint that I've seen from a lot of people is the fact that you have a lot of bookkeeping, due to writing down all of the ratings for the players, and also on the Downey Tabletop Sports Forum website, there was a spreadsheet template to make up cards. And so I kind of took that and based it off my Title Bout cards. I took that information and I made up team cards. What I plan on doing with this game is running a 1982 St. Louis Cardinals project. I'm going to just match them up against random championship teams, either World Series winners or World Series losers. And I've made up these cards, including a player's card, a team card with the manager's name on it. But anyway, all the stats are on these cards, so you don't need to record all that on, the score sheet. You can just look at the cards like you would with a lot of other baseball sims. I used the era-appropriate logos for the teams. And, I actually enjoy doing stuff like this. Making up cards and doing things with, presentation. So there's a few more things. Another one from Downey that's coming down the road for me is Player of the Game Basketball. That's kind of like a roll and write replay kind of game. It's not a play-by-play basketball game. But I'm going to do a project with the 1974-75 New York Nets. Now, these cards that you get from Downey did not have any graphics on them. It was just the data for the players. I added the team logos to the cards just because my OCD kicked in, and a couple other things I did. The Denver Nuggets, the cards that came from Downey, they were listed as the Denver Rockets still. Well, 74-75 was their first season as the Nuggets, so I changed that name and also put the Nuggets logo, and another one that was slightly incorrect was that the Spirits of St. Louis were listed as the St. Louis Spirits. So I changed the name on that as well. But yeah, I'm going to run, and it's not going to be an as-played lineup type of thing. And I know there's some people, that are really into app-played lineups, and that's great. That's fine. It's just not, what I'm interested in doing. Like I said, this is casual tabletop sports. But anyway, what I want to try to do with this Nets project is I want to use the game rules to determine what the lineups are. And I'm going to play the complete schedule, and I want to see if I can match their record or better it, or, we'll see what happens with that. Few other things. Oh, gosh. Fast Drive Football. Going to be working on that. I did download or purchase some additional time travel baseball teams from Downey. I haven't gotten to cutting them out yet, cutting out the PDFs. And yeah, so there's some things I'm going to be working on. Now, the thing I wanted to show you all that I think was a steal is this Strat-O-Matic here. Now, I purchased this on eBay, and it was under $30 with that included shipping. So I thought it was a pretty good deal, but, this isn't an unboxing. I've already opened it, but we're going to take a look at what's inside. But before we do that, Strat-O-Matic baseball. My first experience with that would have been in, I'm going to say around 73, 74. I had an older cousin who had purchased the game, and him and his buddies would play. And I would watch them play this. And I never actually got to play with them. But every now and then, my cousin would ask me, like, for my opinion. Hey, should we have this guy steal? Should we sack bunt? Kind of to to make me feel like I was involved in the game. But the thing that I remembered as a kid, I was probably 10 years old. And, I could picture watching what they were doing and listening to. I could picture the game in my mind, and it just fascinated me. So I never owned Strat-O-Matic. I played it with when I was a bit older with friends in high school, and then when I was deployed in the service for a couple years, there was a group of us who chipped our money in together, purchased a season or two, and would hold a draft and do a full 162 game season. And always enjoyed Strat-O-Matic, so it has a lot of sentimental value for me. So I picked this game up. Like I said, it was under $30 with the shipping. And the gentleman that I purchased it from said the only thing that was missing were the rules. So it came with 6 1978 teams. The Cubs, the Phillies, who else? The Yankees, the Orioles, Cardinals, and the Astros. So it came with 6 1978 teams and 2 1977 teams, the Mariners and the Cubs. And they're 20-player teams. They're, no extra cards. So along with that, I also separately purchased on eBay 2 other 20-player teams, the Red Sox and the Mets, both from 78. So I've got 8 teams from 78 and 2 from 77. And this came with, like, all the original stuff inside. Pitcher cards and the dice. We'll get to them in a minute. Some order forms. Form B, I guess, and Form A or whatever. Now, the gentleman said the only thing that wasn't included was were the rules. But as you can see, I guess he didn't realize that the rules were on the back of the on the back of the playing field. So we got the original playing field. And the copyright on the box is 1976, so this is in pretty darn good shape, I think. Yeah, perfect? Absolutely not, but there's the X fielding chart, and the basic chart, advanced strategy chart. All this was in here. Original box. You know, it's got a little bit of use. It shows a bit of use, but it's in really great shape, in my opinion. Now, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. Maybe I'll take the 78 teams and do some sort of round robin or a double round robin thing. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to be playing it. And one other thing, the pitcher cards. Now, like I said, the person I purchased this from said the only thing that was missing were the instructions, which, of course, they aren't missing because they're on the back of the playfield. But the pitcher cards, looks like I got... It looks like I'm missing one number 1 and 2 pitching card. Now, maybe it's in here with one of the teams. I haven't looked through all of them yet. But if not, I'll just make a copy of one and cut it out, you know, on some card stock. So, all in all, I think a pretty good deal. Oh, yeah. And the other things it came with. The split deck, the double split deck, you know, I guess... When I play, I think when my cousin was playing and I was watching, they used this split deck. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. But when I played as a teenager, we used the D20. But I don't know. Maybe I'm going to use this. And I don't know. Are these original dice? I'm not sure. I thought the dice were red and white. These kind of look like original markers. These orange... markers to mark the men on the base paths. But blue and yellow die, did that ever come with Strat-O-Matic? If anybody knows out there, leave a comment, because I'm not sure, but these are the die that were sent with this game, along with this double split deck. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy about this find. And it's definitely going to get on the table at some point. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. If you stuck around this long, I thank you for your patience. And I would ask that you please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. And I'll be back again in the future. And until then, take care.